Dr. Akanyamike, the president of the Hoteliers Association, speaking with Odilia and Tiamwa regarding the tourism industry. But we do know that COVID-19 had a dire impact on entrepreneurship and SMEs across board. Let's now bring in the president of the Chamber of Entrepreneurs, Sheriff Gali. He joins us via Zoom. Sheriff, we're so grateful that you joined us. It's a year since COVID-19 was imported to Ghana. We've seen the impact across board. Paint to us the picture in chronology, what exactly happened to entrepreneurship in the span of 2020?
Well, thank you very much, and thanks once again for this opportunity. Yes, a day like this last year was a very sad day for all of us, though we didn't know what was going to happen when we first heard that some few cases have been recorded in the country. As business people, we were taking cue from what was happening in other countries that had already been hit by COVID-19. Yes, 2020 was a bit very rough for us, starting from when we started recording, human interaction started reducing, purchasing power of people started reducing. And the highest hit was a point where we had a 2 weeks lockdown. You see, some of the businesses we ran that are day-to-day businesses actually got hit a lot, especially when areas like Greater Accra, Greater Ashanti region had to go in lockdown for 2 weeks. And then it stalled a lot of things. Cars stopped moving. So yes, businesses, especially from all the sectors, even the agri that we felt that really did well, was having issues because a lot of things were changing. You remember the panic buying where people had to stock their home because they didn't know what was happening because there were issues like 1 month, 2 months lockdown and all those things. So yes, people purchasing power changed drastically, and which meant that whatever you were doing outside their scope of need at that point, you will not get anything. And most of these entrepreneurs that didn't have a strong burn rate, whereas their business can stay and sustain even their issues. A lot of our Ghanaian business do not have that strong burn rate. So as soon as there is a problem and it has not been taken care of, a lot of them will fade out. So companies started laying off. A lot of companies have to now start looking for money to even sustain. And those were some of the things that really affected business. And
I can imagine.
Some are still recovering.
I can imagine. Yes. But then what remained the breaking point for entrepreneurs in the span of this confusing moment?
Well, one of them will be the promise or the intervention by the government, the cap-bus loan. I just heard my senior colleague from the hotel associations talking about it. We have had people that applied. It was a great intervention by the government of the day, the 1 billion Ghana cedi grant. Yes, we've been with MBSSI, especially the trade association. We've worked with them. I wouldn't say that my people didn't get the funding. At least about out of 46 people that applied, I know, or we guaranteed for, 33 of them had the funding. And well, so I think that was a break moment for us. And that's what really supported some of the businesses.
Well, so moving on, we do know that it's been a year of COVID-19. Now we've had vaccines come in. Restrictions are being eased in specific regards. So moving on, what holds up for the average entrepreneur moving on, the opportunities that lie and the responsibility to remain competitive?
Well, you would realize that even getting to the last quarter of the year, things were a bit normal. Or we took things a bit normal, let me put it that way, because campaigns and others were going on. So businesses were actually a bit bouncing back. You know, people were open until we recorded the second version, let me put it that way, of the virus. But yes, now that we have a vaccine, there's a bit of a relief. We are yet to see the new directions from the presidency now that part of the population is taking the vaccine. So we believe that things are really going to pick up very soon. People will be allowed to get interacted. Businesses will be able to move, and there will not be a lot of restrictions.
Great. Sheriff, we're so grateful that you shared your moment with us, not just as the president of the Chamber of Entrepreneurs, but also as an entrepreneur yourself. We're grateful that you joined us.